What's up guys, David here and welcome to the Fit Pro Daily. This week has been all about getting your Facebook group up and running, in particularly your free group. And we need to be using this free group as an incubator group, a group where we're bringing cold leads in, giving them the content and then warming them up. And we started off on Monday with our guest interview. Jono came on Monday all the way from Australia to share his success and how he's been so successful at growing his free fitness group to be able to make a decent income just alone from that income group. On Tuesday, we give you 5 top tips. And then yesterday, we had a look at the type of content that you really need to be putting in this group in order to make sure people are getting interested, they're liking what you're doing, and eventually they're reaching out to become a client or a member. So if you want to go back and check those videos out, make sure you do pause now, go and watch those videos, and then come back to today's video. But before we dive into today's video, which is going to be all about a foundational thing or 2 foundational things that you really need to do with your Facebook group, I would love you to subscribe to the channel. Simply click that big red button below to subscribe. That way you'll never miss any future episodes. Okay, let's dive in. And in the intro, I mentioned that we were going to look at 2 foundational things that we need to do in your Facebook group to have a really successful Facebook group. And these 2 foundational things are actually really key, because if we get these wrong or we don't follow them, then you're going to really struggle with a free Facebook group. And the first one is going to be the simplest one, okay? Loads of us have set free Facebook groups before. We've maybe done it on our phone, we've done it on the laptop, we've seen somebody talk about it, and you've decided, yeah, let's create this free Facebook group. You create the Facebook group, you invite a few people in, you're excited for the first couple of days, posting loads of content, getting a load of interaction, and then something happens. Maybe you're really busy at work. Maybe you just forget that one day to be posting in that Facebook group. And then before you know it, the interaction, the responses, the engagement in that group suddenly drops. You don't post anymore, and that's it. The Facebook group is dead. So the first foundational thing you need to do if you are going to set up a free Facebook group is to be consistent. You don't need to post 5 or 6 times a day. You don't need to go over the top and create brand new videos, brand new pictures, loads of new content and all this stuff. You just need to keep it simple. Create a simple social media calendar. And like we said in yesterday's video, I think it was the first point, was whatever you post on social media, post it in this group. So if you post twice a day on social media, you post a question first, and then you post a little story or motivational post as the second thing. Just make sure you post that stuff inside your free group. Remember, those people get notifications. People get reminders and notifications to say that stuff's happening in this group. They should come and check it out. So tip number 1. Make sure you're staying on top and being consistent with the posts that you're posting. Don't go crazy and think let's post 5 or 6 times a day. Keep it simple. Post once, maybe post twice, and be consistent and do this every single day. Step number 2, or foundational tip number 2. You've created this group like we've created. It's called Cardiff Community Over 30s. Now, instantly that's telling you it's an over 30s group for people based in Cardiff. The last thing you want to do is start talking about stuff that's happening in Manchester, or stuff that's happening in Liverpool, or stuff that 20-year-olds need to do to build muscle, or stuff that 20-year-olds need to do to lose weight, because those aren't the target audience. So step number 2 is make sure the content that you're putting inside this group is specific to the audience that you have in the group. Talk about the stuff that they want to know. Talk about the stuff that they're excited about, they're interested about, they're going to engage with. Don't talk about anything else that doesn't relate to that person. So those are the 2 things. Let's go back to them. The first one is be consistent. And the second one is only talk about the stuff that your group or your interested people inside the group are going to want to read about, acknowledge, and engage with. Okay, so those were the 2 foundational tips that I think you really need to be on top of if you want to run a super successful free Facebook group. Remember, the Facebook group is all about bringing cold leads in, warming them up as an incubator style, and then selling to them. In yesterday's one, where we talked about the 3 things you need to do to take them from that cold, unknown, lead to warm them up and sell to them is what's going to help you. And then today's two foundational things, being consistent and talking about the stuff that's most going to help them or relate to them, is going to be the way forward to that. So if you want to go back and check yesterday's video out, you want to go back and check Jono's video out, or you want to go back and check out the 5 tips to fill in your free group, make sure you do click these links here. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, make sure you do that by clicking that big red button below. That way, by subscribing, you never miss any future episodes and you're always up to date with the latest trends and insights when it comes to generating leads for your fitness business. I hope you have a good day and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.